What is up, everyone? I'm serious. What is up? Because I really don't know what's up. Hey, John and Steve, I'm all by myself. That's right. I'm all by myself tonight for a little bit. Hopefully they come out. They come out. They come out. It's week 6, baby. Week 6. That's right. There's nothing more exciting than we're a quarter way through. We've got 5 weeks of information behind ours, and we will just keep on keeping on, like they say. So let's start with some. Hey, go over to Eat Sleep Fantasy, jump on there, subscribe, grab a lineup. It's $5 for a week. Try it 1 week. That's all I'm saying. Try it 1 week. Why 1 week? Because 1 week is nothing more than jumping on FanDuel or DraftKings. It's nothing more than jumping into a $5 50-50, a $5 tournament, and you're going to get lineups. Lineups. We've already set most of the lineups for this week, and don't get me wrong, they're going to change. They're different. I mean, you're going to see Chris Carson on some of the lineup stream, like, what the fuck? Chris Carson is in a motherfucking lineup? Are you kidding me? Hey, this is the week. I mean, you're looking at their matchup this week against the Raiders. The Raiders suck, and right now the Vegas lines are at 48. So who knows? So let's move on. Jay Ajayi is out for the season. Here's one to the homie. He's out for the season. Hey, they have been reaching out. They're trying to get individuals to include McCoy. Can you imagine McCoy being on that team? I can't. So I wouldn't grab me some Clement. Do I say play Clement this week? I'm not saying that. But they are struggling to make sure they got a running game for this season. So he is out. That's cool. Steven is listening via YouTube. I love that motherfucker. I wish he was here right now. Anyways, Breda is in a walking boot. Last week he had 18 attempts for 61 yards. Ugh. What do we do with Matt Breda? The 49ers right now? I don't know. I'm not touching them right now. I can tell you that. Cooks and Cup are in concussion protocol. This hurt a lot of rosters this weekend. Hopefully, Steven or John can jump on later. We can talk about week 5 roster construction. But, hey, there's some sneaky starts for this weekend. There's definitely some sneaky starts. Steven says play Matt Breda if he's healthy. Dude, he's in a walking boot. Fuck that. But there is definitely a sneaky start. And I've already told Dale what it is. I'm hoping it comes to fruition because I'll be that guy for once. But let's keep going. AP, dislocated shoulder. Hey, the motherfucker's old. What did you expect from Adrian Peterson? He's hurt. And Steven, stop. You're killing me, kid. Let's see. Washington. I can't see Washington's playing right now off the top of my head, so I'm going to keep going. Oh, there they go, the Panthers. And the projected score is 45. Yeah, I'm probably not touching that game. That's just me. Marlon Mack is practicing. I don't know. It kind of bums me out because I was really liking Naheem Hines for this weekend. So we'll see what happens. We still have T.Y. Hilton and Jack Doyle both not playing this weekend. They're projected to be out. You know what that does? That bumps Ebron up. And Ebron is the most expensive motherfucker in that game. He's the most expensive tight end right now. Yep, cool story, Steve. Anyways, moving on. OJ Howard is practicing. This kills me. Why does this kill me? Because I was really hoping to use Brait all by himself this weekend. Brait has a really good price line. Right now on FanDuel, Brait, we are looking at 4,500 for Brait in the tight end position. Brait is great when you're trying to save some money this week. So I was really hoping to use Brait versus that Atlanta. And the reason why I'm so excited about that game is because the Bucks and Atlanta game is right now outside of the Pats is a 57.5 game right now over under according to Vegas. And you're probably wondering, Austin, why are you wearing a Ways game jersey right now? Because that game is so far away. I cannot wait to get to it because Steven and John, they talk about different slates and which ones we should play and this and that and that and this again. But I mean that for one, as a fan, I got it, but that is the highest game according to Vegas right now when it comes to over under and points. We're looking at 59, but we'll get onto that. All right. Evan Ingram out for Thursday night. Yep, he's out for Thursday night. I'm not touching that game right now. Projected total points is 44. In my opinion, it's not worth even looking at that game. It's just Eagles and Giants. I mean, what are the running backs you're even going to look at? Are you really going to use Smallwood, or are you going to use Clement for this weekend? Now, I went and did grab me some Clement for long-standing. There's rumors that the Eagles have reached out to 4 of the running backs, but nothing's happened yet. So right now, I am saying, and even Steven is saying, stay away from the Thursday night game. There's no reason even to look at it. So, but OJ Howard is practicing. I think that hurts Braid a little bit, which means if you see Braid in some of our lineups, I would not be surprised if we move on to Njoku, whatever his name is. Lamar Miller is definitely playing. Lamar Miller is definitely playing against the Bills. What does that do for us? Not a goddamn thing. Bills at Texans projected score right now is at 41. Total. That's not doing a lot of things for us right now. When there's other games on the slate we should be looking at, but Lamar Miller and honestly, what has he done? I mean, Blue did all right last week. Blue got us about 15 points in half-point PPR, so Blue was not a bad play. I wish I kind of would have touched him a little bit, even in the PP. But yeah, Lamar Miller playing this weekend. I do not have any lineups with Lamar Miller in them. And then Greg Olsen is practicing. Honestly, I don't even know what's his price point right now. Let's bear with me for a second. I would like to look up what his price point is. So, excuse me real quick. Yep, that's right. You're stuck with me. Here, I'll drink a beer in front of you. If Olsen plays, he's 5,900. I mean, 5,500 compared to Njoku, who's 5,500. I got it. You're looking at, let's see, Panthers are playing at the Redskins, so they're traveling. The point projected total is 45. I still wouldn't do it. I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't even touch it with John's 3.5-inch floppy, only because it's just not calling out to me. So yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Let's talk about some games we're looking at this week. So games we're looking at this week right now. I mean, obviously we're looking at the Bucs in Atlanta. So you're talking about Evans. You're talking about Ridley. You're talking about Julio. Julio supposedly should get his first touchdowns of the season. We're looking at Matty Ice. We're looking at Winston if we're trying to save some money. I mean, just talking about those names alone. Let's see. Winston's at 7,400. That's a good price point right now. Ridley's at 6,700. I know I got a couple stacks in there with Evans at 8,000. I mean, that's quite a bit. I mean, Julio's 8,500. So one stack point I'm looking at. So you'll probably be surprised. So with Winston, I can get Gurley, I can get Blue. Now, mind you, that's only if Blue doesn't have any competition for playing this week because Blue's 5,600. So if Blue isn't the only running back listed on the depth chart, then I'm probably going to fade him and move on. So if you bought a lineup or you bought lineups, please check back. I'm going to say it again. Please check back because these lineups will change. I mean, we've seen it already between the last 2 weeks of our lineups changing immensely. So moving on. So I was able to get Gurley in. I got Ridley. I got Julio. I got Evans. And then I got Brait 4,500. And then I went on to Tyler Boyd. And then I punted at defense with the Finns. But you're looking at Tyler Boyd, which is another great game this week. You're looking at the Steelers at the Bengals, and their projected total point is 53, which is the third highest point projected total for this week. So that's another great game to look at for stacks and whatnot, and for pricing. So I mean, you're talking about a week where we're talking about scores that are really low. They're projected to be really low this week. I'm not sure if it's because the season's changing. I'm not sure it's because the matchups are garbage, but let's talk about a few of them. I mean, we already talked about the Eagles and Giants. Man, fuck Mike Davis. But yeah, I got you, Steven. Steven likes Mike Davis this week. I mean, Chris Carson's already there too. So, but hey, tell Steven to get his motherfucking ass on and we can talk about this shit. So keep it on. So Chargers the Browns, which I'm shocked that this game is totaled at 44. I do expect this to be an over. The Chargers, I know, and we said that they don't travel well, but I tell you what, they did travel well earlier this season. So don't think that that's going to be a situation right now. Chargers at the Browns. I do think it's going to be a better game than expected. I think it's going to go over 50 points this week. I'm definitely looking at it. I mean, Gordon could be a decent play this week. Keenan Allen should get his. If I have to fade and go to a cheap tight end, then yeah, I'm looking at Antonio Gates. I said it, Antonio Gates. I'm not saying he's a sneaky start. I'm just saying he should get his. Bears at the Dolphins. Projected point total at 42. I guess the Finns have been playing pretty good defense. I'm expecting them to lose this game. I really am hoping I'm not touching Trubisky this week. I'm not personally touching Trubisky this week. I do like A-Rob or AR-15. I definitely like him this week. I would use him in a lineup or two. I actually probably will stack. You know what? I'm lying. I'll probably stack only because I don't want to miss out like I did a few weeks ago. I'll probably touch some Trubisky. I'll definitely touch some AR-15, and I'll definitely touch some their tight end. I don't have their price points right now, so but we'll keep going. Arizona at the Vikings. Their projected point total is 43. I am using David Johnson. He is cheap this week. David Johnson right now, looking on FanDuel. I know I got a couple. Oh, okay, here we go. David Johnson. He is 7,500, so he's definitely a running back that I will use if I need to save some money when trying to build my lineups. And then the Colts at the Jets. Now, I was really hoping to get some TY in on this. I was really hoping that we could bring back, but I could not believe when I saw the price of Ebron. Ebron is super expensive this week, which means he won't be used a lot. So I would recommend using, and we will definitely put together a lineup or two with Ebron in it because we don't think that a lot of people will be high on him. So don't be surprised. But the Jets, I mean, you can use guys this week like Robbie Anderson. I'm going to say Curse, but I don't even know if that dude even still plays in the NFL anymore. So, but the Jets, it would not surprise me to see if a couple of the Jets players are in the $1 million perfect lineup this week. Seahawks at the Raiders. Now, they are the fifth game on the slate this week where they're when it comes to point total, they're looking at 48. Who would have thought the Raiders and the Seahawks would be, a productive point total? But yeah, Seahawks and Raiders. I mean, you'll see a lot of lineups. I have a lot of tournament lineups. I don't even like saying it. I was hoping John and Steven would talk me out of it, but they're actually liking some of the lineups I put together with Jordy, and Cooper. Cooper's 6,400 and Jordy's 5,600. I definitely have a lineup with Watson. And this is a tournament, mind you. Do not use this for cash. This is straight tournament with Watson, Gurley, Johnson. No, what? You can't do that to me, man. Not when I'm trying to like do my thing. So, and Connor's in there, but anyways, there's just a couple guys in that lineup that I've been looking at for tournament only, not cash. I'm waiting to see if Steve's going to say anything, but it's not looking good for the home team. Let's move on. Panthers and Redskins. Their projected point total. Oh, okay, cool. He's not talking me out of it. So they are definitely high on Oakland wide receivers this week. Oh, for tournament only. So don't, like I said, just look at our lineups. If you have questions and stuff, that Steve is throwing so much stuff up on YouTube right now. So if he's throwing stuff up, then I know you can ask me questions. You can find Steven on Twitter. He's got some Speckertelli freaking last name in there. It's really weird. I was really hoping he would change it by the start of this season. And then you got John L_Chapman or some shit like that. So, you can reach out to those guys for their lineups. And I'm telling you right now, those two are killing it right now. So, I don't know what I just ate. Anyways, they both won money this week. So me, I took my losses. I lost $2 this week. I killed it on 50-50s. It's the only thing that saved me. But both John and Steven both made money this week. I want to say $50 or more. They both also combined, I want to say they're in about 20 different, what do they call those things? What are those things called? So basically they're playing for like the $1 Million Maker or the FSC $1 million lineup, whatever. So, yeah, those two are killing it. So make sure you look at their both lineups for 50-50s. For 50-50s, like I said, I'm still sitting at I'm sitting about 82% right now. I don't have there you go. Thank you. Qualifiers. I don't have the cojones to reach out to some of the other things that those two are playing, but hey, those two are killing it. Let's move on to some of the late games. Now, there's only 3 late games this week. Let's talk about the 4 p.m. games, not the late game. So there's only 3 4 p.m. games. That changes kind of the scope of what's going on this week. Rams at the Broncos. I mean, to me, right now they're at the projected point total of 52.5. I expect that to go up this week. There's definitely a sneaky start in this game that I will provide for you on Sunday. It all depends on Cooks. I think Cooks and Kupp are hurt right now. They're in concussion protocol. He could be the guy I'm thinking of could be the MVS of week 6. Yep, but I'm going to save it. Now, I expect this to go back and forth. I definitely like Mixon this week. I have Mixon in a lot of lineups, and I'll probably use them in a lot of cash lineups, because I'm the cash guy. Mixon at 7,500 is a great value right now, especially if Gio does not play. The Rams are not as scary as they used to be. So I got it. The run game, they'll probably stop a lot of it. But guess what? Mixon is a pass-catching back. He's not used in the normal format. And yes, I definitely like Gurley for cash this week. Gurley, he's motherfucking expensive. $10K on DK. Who the fuck pays $10K? Guess what? I'll pay $10K for a guy that's going to hit value every single week. And I expect this game to 52.5. I think it's going to be right around there. Maybe a little bit more. It would not surprise me if it's a little bit less. I really expected the Broncos defense to step up a little more this season. But hey, it is what it is. I'll take what I can get. Andy Dalton is great for cash this week. I'm sorry, Jesus. I cannot believe I just said that. Do not use Keenum. And I like golf. I definitely have a couple lineups with golf in it for tournament play. So I did not know I said Andy Dalton. But Jags and Cowboys. I mean, projected total is 40.5. I can't see why you would look at this game. There's Zeke. Zeke's doing pretty good. He's getting a lot of usage in the pass game. I could see using him this week. I don't have his money amount on it because I would not use him. Jags. I mean, it's hard not to use Bortles. I mean, Bortles was one of the highest projected QBs last week, which surprised a lot of people, to include myself. And the last 4 p.m. game is Ravens at Titans. Oh, yeah. Yep. 41.5 points. 41 points right now for Vegas prediction. If I would use anyone, it'd be John Brown. For the Titans, I might even use the Ravens defense this week for money. So now late game. Now we talk about slates. Now KC and Pats will not be on your main slate. You would have to reach into your Sunday night and Monday games or even your Sunday late games. But they got the highest predicted points right now at 59. This is a huge game when it comes to the AFC. Right now, this will give you a preview of what the finals would look like. In my opinion, obviously, I don't know why I would think that, but I would definitely, if you were going to think about touching people into this game, I would definitely stack both sides of the ball, especially White and Michelle. They both proven to earn their money's worth. Now, on KC side, I mean, Kelsey, Mahomes. I mean, you can honestly, you could put together a huge lineup just from this game alone. It'd be just fine. And then the Monday game, 49ers at the Packers, 46.5 points. I mean, I can see, but honestly, if I did both the Sunday night and Monday game, I would probably do nothing more than KC and Pats and probably be just fine. Like I said, hey, go over to ESF, check it out. Hey, $5 per 1 week of lineups. So you go on there, you pay $5. I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is just FanDuel. 10 FanDuel lineups. There's probably just as many DK lineups. So you're talking $5 will get you. And hey, and if you really need like you don't have FanDuel or you don't have DK, just put in hey, AUSTN37 and you'll get money and I'll get money and we both get money and you get to play a little extra this week. But if you've never played DFS, slates are important. Slates are definitely important. We talked about it. We touched on it a little bit this week. I think the main slate is where you're going to make your money's worth. There's only 2 games right now in the main slate that are over projected points of 50 total. And you could easily take both those games, build a lineup, which I've made a couple. It would cost you $5 to look at. Sorry. And other than that, I can't think of too much else to really talk about for week 6 right now. Obviously, the weather will make adjustments. I know Michael just hit, so for all y'all in Florida and Alabama and the surrounding areas, please be safe. I hope maybe you can check this out and we'll give you some sense of relief while you're listening to this while I'm drinking beer. But other than that, hey, y'all be easy.